If you want to trigger me, or probably most leaders, use the phrase, "It's not my job." That's one of my two pet peeves. We're going to focus on that one first. I'm normally pretty composed and pretty laid back leader. Those words drive me crazy. If you say it, maybe you just get your wish and you no longer have a job. That's kind of the way I feel. Look, no one wants to be around people that aren't going to be helpful. You're not entitled to your paycheck, regardless what you do. And I think generally speaking, most of us are committed to doing a pretty good job at least. But first and foremost, that phrase makes you sound lazy. And as a leader, if you hear that, it is a surefire way to learn that you have a highly disengaged employee. And that employee likely doesn't care what the organization thinks about them anyways. It also tells me that you have a fixed mindset. Carol Dweck coined the term fixed mindset and growth mindset. She had a great book that was titled Mindset, and it's a great read, by the way. If you haven't read it, highly recommend it. A growth mindset sees things like intelligent and talent as things that you can continue to learn all throughout life, not things that you were born with that don't get any better. A growth mindset means that those are things that you can get better at as life goes on, as long as you work towards progressing in those areas. It's not fixed and finite. A fixed mindset means those things that you were born with, that's as far as it's going to go. You can't grow those any longer, regardless what you do. And not to mention, saying it's not my job sounds pretty rude if you ask me. Look, I get it. Sometimes you're going to get a request or something that might not be inside of your job description. I understand that. And even if it's in your job description, I'm not saying that you have to accept every single request, but there's certainly a better way to communicate those words. And here are just a few responses that I would suggest are better than saying it's not my job. You can say, "Hey, I'm sorry. I'm unable to help you with that right now, but can I help you find someone that can?" Another way of saying it is, "I'm not usually the person who handles that, but let me see if I can help you find the person that is." If it is in your job description, you can say things like, "Unfortunately, I'm already working on a project that has a pretty tight deadline. Is there another time that I could do this for you, or is this something that you need right now?" Or another way of saying that is this something that you need right now, or is it something that I can get to in a little bit? And if it's something that you can get to later, ask for a by when. When do you need that by? The point is, just try and be helpful. Ben Franklin said, "Hang with your team or you will hang as an individual," or something along those lines. His point is about collaborating, being helpful. Now, the other term that drives me crazy is that's not the way we've always done things, but we'll talk about that in another video. Please subscribe. All things on this channel are going to be about leadership and self-development.